بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Welcome to a new video and a new series. Today we will be starting a new series called the story series. And as you can tell by the name, in each episode in the series, I will be talking about one of the Sahaba or Prophet or any story that has to do with Islam, and then I will be discussing the moral of it. So today we'll be talking about the story of Abu Dahdah, who made a great risk for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let's go find out what he did. But before we find out, 42% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so please, if you haven't already, then subscribe. Okay, now let's move into it. So the story starts off with a young orphan boy who had a meadow, and he wanted to build a wall around it. Upon building the wall, he finds one of his neighbor's palm trees blocking the path of his wall. As you can see on the picture, the wall is being blocked by the palm tree, so he can't build the wall. So he could have built around it like you see in the picture, but then the wall would have been too weak, because it's curved, and he wouldn't have got his entire area. So he asked his neighbor if he could give him the palm tree, so he could include the palm tree in his territory, so it wouldn't be like this, but it would fit in. So the palm tree can be in his territory, and it can be his, so he can build the wall straight. But then his neighbor refused, and the young boy was annoyed. He told him, "You have many other palm trees. Giving one won't hurt you, so please give it to me so I can make my wall straight." But the neighbor still refused. Then the young boy went and told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam brought the young boy and the man who was his neighbor together, and he told the man, "Give the palm tree to your brother." But he wanted him to give it. He's like, "Please give the palm tree to your brother." But he still refused, and he was probably really mad because the young boy went and told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was annoyed at the boy. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Give him the palm tree and you will have paradise. You will have Jannah. You will be in Jannah, and you will get a palm tree in Jannah." But the man said he doesn't want. That's crazy. Refusing Jannah, and he was a Muslim. So that was crazy. He was so mad at this point, he didn't even, he said no to the Prophet ﷺ, even though he could have guaranteed himself Jannah. But this man, the man said he didn't want, and the Prophet ﷺ did not know what to do, because how will you make him agree if he refused paradise? What else better than Jannah can you give him? But then one of the people who were watching in the crowd, because there was a crowd watching the argument kind of, and one of the people in the crowd, he came out, and he was Abu Dahdah radiallahu anhu. And he came to the Prophet ﷺ and he said, "Ya Rasulullah, if I buy this palm tree and give it to the young boy, can I have a palm tree in Jannah?" And the Prophet ﷺ said yes. So Abu Dahdah radiallahu anh had a meadow in Medina that had 500 palm trees, a well, and a house. And that was the only thing Abu Dahdah radiallahu anh owned. He didn't really have a lot of things, but that, mashallah, is a lot. But he didn't have a lot of things other than that. So he went to the man and he told him, "Have you heard of my meadow?" And the man said, "Of course, who hasn't heard of your meadow?" He said, "I'll give you my whole meadow, my 500 palm trees, my well, and my house in the meadow for only that one palm tree of yours." And the man, he was like, "Are you crazy?" He was shocked. But then he told everyone to witness it, and the trade happened. So after the trade happened, Dahdah radiallahu anh, he went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Is there a palm tree waiting for me in Jannah right now?" The Prophet ﷺ said, this was a beautiful saying. The Prophet ﷺ said, كم من عتق رداح في الجنة لأبي الدحداح. كم من عتق رداح في الجنة لأبي الدحداح. And I think a lot of you will not know what that means. So what this means is how many عتق, which is the part of the palm tree that bears the fruit inside it, how many of these full parts are in Jannah for Abu Dahdah. And the Prophet ﷺ kept repeating that till Abu Dahdah left the gathering. When Abu Dahdah radiallahu anhu left, he went to the meadow and called his wife. He did not even step in, he just yelled for his wife outside. He said, Ya Dahdah, like calling for her. Then she said, Lubbayk, which is like, here I am. And then he said, come out of the meadow. And she said, why should I come out of the meadow? Like she didn't know, she was confused. So she asked him, and he said, I sold it for a palm tree in Jannah. And if you have a palm tree in Jannah, that means you are going to Jannah. Because if you have a palm tree in Jannah, then how can you not go to Jannah? That means he's going to Jannah. So when he tells her that, she doesn't complain about him selling everything that they have. She doesn't ask him about where they're gonna live, what they're gonna do, and she doesn't ask him about anything, how they're gonna survive. What she says is, Allahu Akbar, ربح البيع يا أبا الدحداح, which means Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest, and then ربح البيع يا أبا الدحداح, which means it was like a successful deal. Then she goes in and takes the children out of the meadow in the house, and she searches their pockets for dates and takes them out and says, this is not ours anymore, and she puts the dates back. You see how amazing that is? She didn't get mad, she didn't do anything. You see how amazing these people were, how amazing their sabr was, how amazing their patience was. So the moral of this story is to give, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always give you something better than what you give. Before I end the video, I want to give you one of my quotes. So, giving is an investment that never fails, because when you give something in the dunya, Allah will give you something better back in the akhirah. You get it back, but better in the akhirah. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, also turn on notifications, and comment what you want the next video to be about. Thank you for watching.